Best Buy. It's like he'd go wild.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost the new year. Another year of let's smoking about it.
Another year. A new chapter in life.
That's right. This episode is actually gonna come out next year, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be the first thing we
Wait.
talk about in the new year.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on.
Because
Look at the
New Year's
calendar.
is Thursday.
What's today?
New Year's is Thursday.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
Nope.
Speaking of, what are we doing for your birthday, my friend?
Probably nothing. I'm
Really?
working.
I knew you would be. That sucks. That really sucks. I was really hoping that we were gonna do something. Honestly.
Anything
'Cause I
like
missed you,
if we want to
but-
do like the week after, maybe.
Yeah, we could aim for that.
I don't really care that if it's on the day or not,
That's fair.
because I don't really have any control over my schedule at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I hope you're ready for Saturday night on the 2nd. Just kidding. You come back on the morning of the Sunday.
I do not wake in the morning hours.
I fucked it up. Time be irrelevant. We be on different sides of the sun.
Womp.
So we could do the 3rd.
Womp.
Regardless, it is going to be a new year, and I think that ultimately, whatever we do should probably remain COVID-free.
Exactly.
Gotta make sure you wash them hands.
Everybody wash your hands, wash your feet.
Get that hand sanitizer.
Really wash your butthole too.
My roommate actually got a mock, gallon thing of hand sanitizer.
Oh hell yeah!
I don't know if it was that big, but it was a lot.
It's a lot of hand
It's a
sanitizer.
lot of hand sanitizer.
Got a gallon of PCP.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. They come in gallons now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, science.
Guess it's been a while since I've been in that arena.
In the lab.
You guys remember Whitest Kids, you know?
No.
I
Well,
just-
okay,
I
so
do.
I remember them, but I don't.
I
know
remember
enough.
some skits.
Yeah.
that was one of them. It gets posted on Reddit every now and again. Like someone put gallon of PCP.
Yeah, they sell them gallons now.
There's a really old one that Trevor Moore did by himself, and he was like, so just like the documentary in Super Size Me, where he goes on a straight diet of McDonald's for 30 days to see if that's a healthy lifestyle. I'm gonna do that, but with whiskey.
Oh.
I'm gonna have nothing to eat, nothing else to drink. I'm gonna just drink whiskey for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 30 days.
Oh my God. And he's not dead?
No, it's just a skit.
Oh. I'm like, if he actually did that.
He got to day 8, and it's like he has stopped the experiment. If everybody knows where Trevor went, please contact us at this number.
Just disappears.
He's just gone crazy. He's drunk. He doesn't know where he's at. He's been meandering. But are you guys on that same emotional level that we were talking about?
Of course, yeah.
Off
So
camera,
imagine
off
you have to
mic.
live in the world of Friends. Could you do it? Not necessarily in the world of Friends, but like that era.
Like,
Timeline
yeah,
of
mid
the
to late
late-
90s or something.
Yeah.
Could you do it?
Maybe.
But no, like late 80s to early 90s.
Oh, late 80s to
Yeah,
early 90s?
yeah.
Oh, shit.
How about
we
we
talked
just-
about mid to late, and we could all do that. Fuck, we have all done it. We were just younger.
So we're
yeah.
covering essentially all of the 90s with a dash of 80s in there because of late
Yeah.
80s.
I-
Now, late 80s, are you
if-
going from 85 on or late 80s like 88?
So like
And then up.
like 85. You graduate high school in 88.
Okay.
So you graduate in 88.
So yeah, you're like a full adult through the 90s.
Yeah, you're 18, 19 coming out of high school in 88.
Yeah, like your
22
your
by the
first
90s.
big place, you know,
Ooh.
with roommates.
Ooh, that'd be so sweet.
Yeah.
Coming out of that. Internet's becoming a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't afford it.
Can't afford it, though.
Exactly. I could easily handle that. I don't know. I think it's weird that there are already like generations that are saying that they missed the good era of music, like how we would kind of talk about the 70s or 80s in terms of music,
Oh, dude, I see comments all the time now, like
where people
especially
miss, like,
on
the 90s,
YouTube or Reddit,
the 2000s.
and yeah, and there's kids who are like, oh man, I remember this. I was just 14, and they're talking about like they were 14 in like 2014. They're like, and now I'm 18, and man,
Whoa,
things have
man.
changed. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
I had a full-time job. I was living in an apartment.
Seems my life.
That Tim Allen gif pops up where he turns into Santa Claus.
Why did Buzz Lightyear never do that? Come on, cowboy, we need to go save them.
It's Woody time.
At least make that a
Yeah.
grunting noise when he got hit.
I don't know, man. Tim Allen, to me,
He did a lot of coke.
did a lot of coke.
He's also been bombing at comedy clubs in
Oh,
LA.
really?
He's
past his prime.
exactly
Well
not
past
only
his
that, but
prime.
his level of humor that was
Yeah.
like cheery and family oriented ish because it was curbed by writing and directing has now turned to he was one of the biggest stars of the 90s, so he could do whatever he wanted and demand whatever he wanted out of his roles. And it got like really weird and sexist. Did you ever see Zoom? His character was just an alcoholic sexist the whole movie.
No, I didn't.
And like that doesn't resonate
I don't wanna-
with people at all anymore.
I don't want to
So-
taint Santa Claus with
See,
being
but
sexist.
that's different. The Santa Claus movies are gonna be like. So I heard that he had to actually, like maintain the illusion of Santa Claus on set at all times. Like he couldn't break character because all the elves were played by kids, and he didn't want to. And so because all the kids like believed that he was actually Santa Claus
Okay.
because he looked like he was just the role, and when they were acting, and he was. He's exactly how you'd expect Santa to be.
Yeah.
Right? And so he had to keep that up, almost like a variation of method acting that he probably didn't want to
So
pursue.
wait,
at
so
that
then
point.
those kids believe that?
That he was Santa.
Well, no, do they believe that Santa can just be transformed from a regular Joe into Santa Claus?
Well, they don't include the kids until he's already Santa.
Yeah.
After the second, I'm talking about the first one. All the times that the elves are there, he's Santa Claus.
Oh
He
yeah,
never
because I'm
changes
thinking
back
like
to
the
a
second
regular
one where
person.
he gets shrunk down in the
Yeah.
North Pole and shit like
I'm
that.
sure at that point they had, they broke it to him,
Or it was just different actors,
yeah.
older
Yeah,
actors.
I'm sure they didn't let him on set either until he was in costume, just to kind of
Santa Claus he transforms.
into
Santa
Tim
Claus
Allen.
looks like Tim the Toolman Taylor.
See, when it's not Christmas, Santa Claus is a handyman in the name of Tim Allen.
He has a radio talk show that he can see into your living room.
That's how he knows if you've been naughty or
That's
nice.
how that he knows if you've been naughty or nice, is he can see into every TV living room.
So then that means he
is watching
judges
his
you.
show.
He judges you on your handiwork.
Yeah, you better be doing your chores.
Well, no, just like,
Oh.
wow, that deck looks like ass. You can't build a
Sorry,
deck with a
what?
shit.
You're just watching from the TV. Like,
Oh, I'm sorry, Santa Claus. I didn't know you were such a crafty man. He builds toys all day. Of course, he's crafty.
that's what he does in the off season. Just builds decks. Just
Like,
does home renovation.
like a home deck. For some reason my mind was splitting between skateboard deck and like
He
home
does
deck.
both.
Oh, he does do both.
He
He's a
makes
master.
decks and makes decks, skateboarding decks.
I mean, it's all woodworking.
And he goes
That's true.
He goes and shreds out in the half pipe out back when he wants a break.
So the thing about his decks is he has it set up to where you can just skate off your decks.
You do realize we have to have like a little Tim Allen Santa Claus icon every time that sound has been made.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna have to pop up.
Oh yeah, every time
I'm glad that you thought of that.
it's being watched on YouTube, then you get the blessing of seeing visuals.
Yeah.
Could you imagine though? So if you can just skate off your deck with your handcrafted deck by Santa Claus,
So
your
you
seats
have it-
would be like little vert ramps. But
you walk out and it's a deck, and then there's like a drop off into a half pipe on a deck that you made that has the wheels and the trunks.
I'm saying the deck, like the patio deck,
Yeah.
is also skatable with the deck that you got from Santa Claus. So it's like a 2-in-1 deck.
Oh Jesus!
You can use it as hangout and sitting and
Oh.
barbecuing deck, but you can bust out your deck and all of a sudden skate down your verted chairs or whatever. Like they
Skate down your
like you can
vert-
almost fold up the chairs into the deck and then it's like a little vert ramp.
Now that's some Fivehead thinking.
Yeah.
Gal-
I
Galaxy
definitely
Brain,
had no-
1000 IQ.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be
had-
gnarly though. Just like
That took
You're
me a second to wrap my
barbecuing.
head around. I'm like, what are you talking about? But no.
you're
I get it.
barbecuing, you put the chairs up and just start going down your little ramp while you're barbecuing.
The barbecuer is on.
And that'll be one of like, if I ever get a nice house and stuff, I'm gonna make a little like vert ramp in the back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna always have a skate ramp,
Nice.
just 'cause whenever, even if I'm 50 and I'm like, well, today's the day.
Gonna drop in. Shatter
It's
my
been
head.
10 years since I
I'm gonna hit that ground hard.
Oh man.
That's like, I think it would be cool to have a foam pit, like a ramp into a foam pit in the backyard.
That would be actually really cool. Yeah.
Just you're bombing down a ramp and then poof, right into that nice foam. Be so sweet.
It'd have to be a big backyard.
Well, just at least long, I guess. Not so much.
Yeah. Okay, but are you gonna want that to take up your entire yard?
Yes.
That's the.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. That's my entertainment in my backyard.
What about
Hey,
your
honey,
doggo?
you want to watch me
Doggo gonna
do
go-
triple backflips into the foam pit?
Doggo gonna go dookie in the foam pit.
Oh, let it into some dookie.
Exactly.
I'd get a tricycle, just triple backflip that shit.
That'd be sweet. Just like a mega ramp.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Yeah, it is a mega
Oh.
ramp into a foam pit.
Oh,
But
I'm
not
sitting here
like-
thinking like just a little something that you could do like 3-foot hops off of as you build up a little bit of speed into like a homemade like 6-foot deep ball pit.
But not the X Games size mega ramp, like a smaller version of that.
Thinking like some Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory. like-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
perfect.
By the way, is he selling that? Is that up for sale? Do we want to buy it?
Could not
His
take
factory?
up.
Is it in LA?
I would love
Yeah.
to, but
Yeah, I'd be down.
there's no way to accomplish that.
So I think MTV is nothing but ridiculousness now.
and
I
deliciousness.
th-
Oh, so I was with my parents' house for Christmas.
Oh, did they
And-
watch it too?
Well, yeah, they were
Yeah,
on
My
it,
parents watched the shit out
but
of
they
that
were
show.
flipping through the channels, and on the guide for MTV, it was just ridiculousness,
Yeah, dude,
ridiculousness,
multiple
ridiculousness.
hour-long like marathons of it.
Mhm.
That's like all they
That's all it
play.
was.
It's like maybe we should just rebrand the channel
that's
as
like what,
Rob Dyrdek channel.
Do you think
What
like
is it?
DCC.
TBS for Impractical Jokers. It's the same thing.
Well, Practical Jokers came off of True TV, and it was stupid
True
to
TV,
start with.
Yeah.
Because True TV had the World's Dumbest Criminals, and I always watched that show.
I honestly, ever since Impractical Jokers started, I love that shit. I thought it was hilarious. I still do.
Practical? I don't
Yeah.
know. It's
Oh,
too
it's-
scripted for me. It feels too
Now
scripted.
it is. Before, I don't think so.
No,
No.
it felt kind
It's
of.
like-
Well, okay. How about this? I will say season 2 to maybe season 3, because
Of
they
non-scripted?
got better writers for what they were gonna do, and so they were able to do it to randos. But I think past season 3, there's like so many people that actually know who they are that it's virtually impossible to be able to mess with people who don't know you. You have to take like forever to film just a couple of like incidences just because people recognize you so much.
right? I think that's
You're in the
also why
same
they stopped.
supermarket for 2 days or whatever. 'cause
Yeah,
everybody
it's like the
knows who
same
you are.
situation Jackass kind of ran into,
Mhm.
but they kind of like started to evolve it where they all had to like dress up in like old person like skin
fat suits and
and
whatnot.
fat suits. Yeah, they had to actually disguise themselves because especially Johnny Knoxville, you know, he's the face of Jackass. Like if anybody sees him, they're like, "Oh my God, it's Johnny Knoxville!" And he can't just be like a. I think he said in an interview that was one thing he missed about old Jackass was he's like, "I didn't have to do that. I was just some fucking guy, some asshole
What's
walking
that
around
word?
and
The
fucking with people."
Anonymity and
Irony?
Ugh.
No, being
Notoriety.
anonymous.
The autonomy?
Yeah, autonomy.
Yeah, he wanted to keep that, but once you get big, everyone sees your face. They're like, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah,
That's like I feel what happened to Punk'd, why that show kind of fell off.
everybody knows Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
Well, the majority of the time they didn't use any,
oh
like,
God, don't tell
well,
me.
they
it's
used
Bam
other actors.
Margera.
It wasn't like Ashton Kutcher was fucking with you the whole time. Like, he was behind the scenes, but he wasn't the person.
Yeah, he
who
would
was messing
come
with
out
you.
and he's like, "You
Yeah.
just got punked."
So you're sitting there getting your chain yanked for like 5 minutes, and then he comes out. No one's that much of an asshole. Like, good luck.
That's why I love the channels like Crank Yankers.
Oh yeah.
I don't think
And
I've
like
seen
what was that one that we were watching a lot like a few years ago? It's on YouTube. Ownage pranks or something
Oh,
like that.
where he prank calls?
Yeah.
Yeah, owner's pranks. He prank calls a bunch of businesses with fake voices, and then just argues with them over the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was like the perfect evolution from Crank Yankers on whatever channel that was on, Spike or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they would do the prank phone calls on people and then like reanimate it with puppets. Like
That's awesome.
play out a scene. I thought that was hilarious. But I love those things because like especially if someone's like kind of a voice actor and can constantly change their voice, like you can just keep that shit going.
You can just keep it.
Nobody knows who you are. You have no face to present.
Yeah,
You
I was
have a
gonna say
face
as
for
long as you have
radio.
something, some variation of character to be able to like actually like a visual representation of different characters in one small way or another. That way, the voice changes can actually have true hold and true
Hi,
effect.
it's me from Family Guy. Hey, it's me from Family Guy. When Stan's dad says he's good at impersonations, and he just quotes or tries to do the voice of all the people in Family Guy, and it's the same.
He does the same, or Seth MacFarlane at least does the same thing in American Dad too, or not American Dad, Family Guy, where they go and see that play, where the solo act is he's doing different impressions of his Brooklyn family or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and they all sound alike, but then Stewie comes and tries to do it as well once his career's on the downswing. Holy crap, Lois. Look at the size of this deuce.
And it's funny because his family actually comes out and they all do sound the same. It's his grandma, his brother, and his uncle.
You did great,
Yeah.
You really captured me.
I don't think you know what a helicopter sounds like. Fadoo, 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 fadoo.
Yeah, but then they nailed it in American Dad with the war reenactment.
Over Vietnam. He's in the golf cart.
Like if somebody had to make like a version of that noise that was instantly recognizable as you trying to like imitate a helicopter, I believe that's it.
Yeah, if you're just like playing a game of charades where you can't say what it is, you can only make sound effects. I think you're right.
You start spinning around. And
He's a top.
and that's the thing is you'd have to sit there and.
He's a Nerf wiffle ball bat. Being swung around real fast.
Would you get it from that?
Maybe. It's the finger thing that kind of
I'm trying to do like the back rotor as
Yeah.
well because there's the big.
like that one
going
gives
up and down.
that
and
one
then
makes
this is
sense.
Pitch and yaw. I don't know if that's how they call it, but I tell you what, if a friend of mine who's going into the military here soon were to hear that, I'd probably never hear the end of it.
Perfect. I'm gonna send this to his email.
Yeah,
What's his
directly to his email.
Yeah. You need to hear this.
Just a fax machine, man. That's all he uses. Fax machine and a landline, so you got to be.
Yeah,
able to
so we were
contact
talking
him.
we were talking about that earlier. How would your 90s household setup look like? Like you'd have your basic landline,
Yeah.
you get your fax, you got your pager for all your texts between your buds.
Well, because letters and like mail was like such a big thing then, they usually had like a little spot like that little table you have right there.
Yeah, the
would
letter
be,
opening
would,
table.
Yeah, would be like just for all your mail and letters and shit to like
And
make
your
sure
bills
that
because
you
you'd
could keep
leave your
up on.
checkbook there.
Yeah,
so
all
you
your
Dude,
stamps and shit.
I don't know if I can hang with like paper bills and
like pay like
checkbooks. And
you have to balance your checkbook. I would have no
Yeah.
clue
I think it's a little bit above what I can do.
above my math. Well,
Well, it's not so much the math. It's
Well,
just
so here's-
remembering to stay on top of
Yeah.
it with every single purchase that you do.
but if you think about it this way, a lot of the times you do that, we just have to tap into an app to see where we're at for the day compared to what we.
But it
spent.
does it for you.
yeah, it tracks all your spending in real time,
as
whereas
opposed to you
you,
having
you
to,
don't actually.
Maybe that's why we're getting slower. It's because we're not having to physically do math almost daily to figure out.
Well,
what
yeah,
our
because
true-
like you would get your purchase,
bank
you're like, yeah, I
balances.
spent the check for this. This was this much. Okay, here's what I had. Last time I put it down, it could be wrong,
Yeah.
and then
Oh yeah,
that's
no,
what
I would
that's the balance in that checkbook.
see,
thing.
and I had no idea that doing that, like keeping up with it right then and there, would be like a smarter version of doing that. Instead, I would just completely forget about it until it's 3 months down the road, and I've gone through 200 checks. I'm like, all right, where did all my money go?
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
gotta
saying. Like,
figure
I
it
would
out.
have a hard time keeping up on that because you would just think,
Oh, yeah.
oh, this $2 purchase is nothing, but now it throws off your checkbook, and you could go for a bill. Now you're $2 off on your shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I have a feeling like, I mean, I would probably have it for obviously big purchases, like if I got a car or a home. There's not really any way around that.
Yeah.
Even
You can't really spend that much. with
yeah, I can't. I don't
traditional.
have the cash to buy that shit outright, so I have to like get bills for the payments and stuff, and probably like wire to my bank account or something.
Mhm.
But it's just crazy how fast things have changed because there's so many things that our parents told us that we're gonna need to know. It's like you need to know how to balance a checkbook, and this. And yes, it was very
You
important
had to
then, but
learn how to write a letter.
they had no fucking idea that eventually I was literally gonna have the whole world in my pocket here.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're gonna need to know how to mail a letter, how to write an address on the letter.
I have never written a letter.
Only for holiday cards have I ever written a letter, like with the
Not
address.
that it's
with to and
difficult.
from.
Like that's not necessarily the point, but
But they made it sound like you're
just-
gonna be
yeah,
doing
they
that all the
made-
time.
Yeah.
So you need to understand how to do it, because you're gonna be mailing your bills, and that would be nerve-wracking. You mail off your check just in the mail. Just here we go.
Pray to God that the mail does what
Hopefully
the mail's supposed to do.
the company
Right.
gets my bill money, so
as
my shit
opposed to
doesn't
an
get turned
immediate
off.
Wire transfer.
I also remember like on the other side of not bills and stuff, but like music. Like I shit talked streaming services for music for so
Oh,
long
yeah.
because I'm like, you don't even own the music. Like, what the fuck?
What's the point?
You stop paying your subscription, you don't got music, and here I am with my subscription of music. And if I stop paying it, I have no music.
3 other streaming services.
Yeah, and a bunch of other crap.
Oh, how Zune was setting the trend.
Oh,
Dude.
for real.
Major like fucking 10,000 IQ 5-head move like
We playing checkers,
Zune.
they're playing chess out there.
3D
yeah, but
chess.
That's why
3D chess.
that's why they are they still around? They're still making shit?
No,
think
Zune
so.
Zune as an entity is gone under. They're done.
That's what I thought.
They saw the red
it
and
was
they ran.
big brain and they did it too early.
Well, when everyone
Damn
goes
you,
against
Apple.
Yep. Because
We
I'm
should
like,
store more shit on your device.
Well, and iTunes made it easy to actually own your songs too, because you just bought it. Now it's on your device
And that
forever.
was the start of the Apple service.
And then even if you lose your device, it's still in your account through iTunes, so you always
Damn
have
it,
your
why
song.
won't it read?
It's a iPad.
well, like how I kind of like thought about it back then, just because like obviously I was fucking 14, 15 years old. I didn't have a fucking job. I didn't know the world, and I was like, man, if I'm like paying $10 a month for this music, like after X amount of years of having it, it's like I could have just bought all that music and then not be paying for it. But now like it's just so different. Like so much music comes out now, and I listen to so much different music. I'm like, I could never keep up buying all this stuff.
There's no way. And I think
and
that
especially owning like a physical even of like
something that
everything.
actually
Like think about back in the
designed to hold
90s,
it.
that's how you had music. It was physical. Everything before
CDs and shit, VHSs.
before 2000.
Yep.
Before LimeWire and fucking Napster and
You're just
Before
holding.
computer aids.
You're just holding cases upon cases of discs because you want to keep them in your car, kind of like what
I was
you
gonna
had in
say
your car.
that's when your entertainment system gets so big because you also have traditionally a lot of storage
I
for
have, like,
all that stuff.
300 CDs in a fucking cabinet dedicated to just my CDs. Like,
Well, and that's what made those stereos really cool. The ones that can hold 24 discs in it.
oh my god, it was insane.
Those were so sweet.
Now you can just listen to virtually whatever you want.
Yeah.
whenever you want.
Right? I have this little rectangle brick here, and there's probably 2 million things I could listen to.
And it fits right in my pocket.
So, well, and then
And
take
everybody has.
You're
one.
never going to have a calculator on you at all times. You need to know how to do this.
Dude, you got a fucking calculator on your smart watches. God damn it!
My watch has a calculator.
It is literally on you at
My
all
fridge
times.
has a calculator. Those smart fridges?
Oh, dude, those smart well, because if you need to figure out in the middle of making a recipe, you know,
Yeah, you get a notebook on there. I saw.
it's actually a genius idea. I'm sorry that we're stopping on the smart fridges, but it's
notebook?
genius. That to me is big brain, because how many times do you think, hey, that was pretty good, I'd like to make that again the same way I just did it, but you don't know, you never write down a recipe. You don't just sit there on your phone while you're in the middle of making it like, well, that tastes good, start writing it down.
Uh-huh.
You just learn from doing it 100 times over again, and then you figure out like, oh, that's virtually it. You can make a recipe right out of the gate. You can double check how many quarts are in a gallon, or any unit of measurement. If you have recipes saved into them, you can automatically just draw them out, as opposed to going and looking for a homemade cookbook up in the attic.
You just
trying to
swipe
figure
around
out.
for
Yeah,
it.
you just.
That'd be sweet.
It's genius. If like.
So now
you could
this is.
You could help. It could help make sure that you're sticking to a diet plan if you have one.
That'd be sweet. I feel like to make a smart fridge really smart, it should be able to say my recipes by just sampling the food, like some way it scans The food I made.
I feed my
That's
fridge.
asking a lot.
No, not feeding it. You're scanning. Like, you're just breaking it
Yeah, you
down.
just put a
Save this
little bit.
recipe for later. Kind of like what you were saying, where you can just jot it down.
So it would take everything on like a true molecular level of how everything worked, and it's like, hey, here's
Just
you
what
use
was
this
put in
many. Well, but then being able to, but you'd have to input it, because without like actually,
No, that's true.
Yeah.
That was stupid. It's not a...
it's so. But unless it's done at like a molecular level, and then it's like, and then sends all the data up.
That'd be-
It's
that's
like,
like-
hey, you
that'd
use
be
this
like-
many grams of chicken. You use
I
this
need,
many
like, a
grams
little-
of paprika.
Yeah, a little quantum computer in my smart fridge, and just like scan stuff and breaks down like
Just the
everything in
genetic
it.
analysis of what it is, so you know.
We'll come back to this around like 2040 in about
This
20
idea?
years. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll come back
Oh,
to
yeah.
this and
We
see if
will.
it's happened.
We just got to remember episode 15.
Do you know
Fit.
that
Oh my God, is that what we're? Oh, I
We're on
didn't
episode 15. We're recording
2000
episode
and
15.
2040 are the
Gonna
same
be-
years apart?
2000 and
2000
2040.
and
Yep.
2040 are the same amount of
Ain't
years
that
apart.
about a bitch?
That's weird. We're
I
right in
hate
the middle.
that. Think
Ay,
about
caramba.
20 years,
Ay,
2000, 20
caramba.
years to 2040.
Yeah, that was. I guess I was just. My brain just went to a 20-year gap. I'm like, 20 years sounds about fine. I thought of 2050. I'm like, nah, it's a little too far.
that. Yeah, 20. I don't really want
Well,
to
even
think
if you
about
went to
where
the
I'm going to be in
2050, that'd be the
2050.
start of the 90s, and that's even weirder.
Hey.
Look what you did. You brought up time.
The kid
Time.
that plays Will Ferrell's brother in Elf, he's like 29.
His brother.
Yeah, his little brother.
I was little.
hmm
Right
Yeah.
now he's 29.
Yeah, like right now. This year he's 29,
Damn.
almost 30.
I was gonna
It's
say
just
something.
little things
I
like
forgot.
that. Like if you listen about like how SpongeBob started in like almost over 20 years ago now, you're like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Almost 22 now.
Mhm.
Now that this year's over.
I just pray to God that they stop. They've turned it into something that is just unrecognizable compared to what it was.
Any animated series containing yellow characters will run forever.
Oh yeah,
That is the law.
that is the law of cartoon.
I feel like, I don't know.
Or
Once he died, he should have
complementing
just been
contrast
over.
characters.
They should just cancel it. His family estate's like, nope,
Mhm.
you don't get to use this anymore.
Yeah.
We're done. Because you can make money just off of the merchandising alone for years off of SpongeBob.
Oh yeah, all the nostalgia, being able to play it as one of the most popular. Like while he was still alive, it was one of the most popular
Yeah.
shows on.
Well, and plus the
Nickelodeon.
reruns.
Oh yeah,
You-
every time that's played over.
So that's another
depending
thing.
on how many views you get per station, you send that information, and you're like, yes, I collect because contract states you pay me for every.
Well, that's what brings up why we don't. Our generation of cartoons don't get their own version of Boomerang. Why don't they get put on Boomerang? You know how we watched Hanna-Barbera cartoons on the Boomerang channel.
I think they might actually have something like that now.
I haven't checked any of like
haven't watched cable.
satellite.
Look,
Yeah, I
I
haven't
was gonna
checked
say,
cable or satellite TV. in
Whenever I'm watching
so
it, I'm just
long.
watching football. I don't ever go up to like the cartoon channel, so I don't know. But I think there might be something similar to that for our generations, like late 90s, early 2000s cartoons.
Yeah, if not right now, we'll see it soon. I bet.
Within the next 5 years, I almost guarantee it will be here.
Because I mean, watching a lot of the old,
Like a whole streaming service dedicated.
old
to that.
like Warner Brothers and Hanna Barbera, like
Mhm.
a lot of those came out in like 40s,
Mhm.
50s, 60s. You know.
Shit, dude, there's like
So-
3 different versions of Scooby Doo, where it's like a whole gang that like gets together and does something related to like solving mysteries, but now they have a pet shark. There's another one where now they have like a big ass pet cat.
Like in recent cartoons.
No, back in the day. It's almost like they released so many of the same archetype, and whichever one stuck the best to like the generalized audiences that they showed, that's what they move forward. So like Scooby Doo, some of the other like the Looney Tunes was one of the big ones.
There was one I
Trying to
think I
think.
do remember.
Uh,
They had a talking buggy and a shark was with them, but they were investigators. It was like a complete rip-off of Scooby
It had a
Doo.
big ass shark, and he was
Yeah.
still a weenie, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a shark, and he had a weird blubbering way he talked, and the dune buggy talked like it was a rip-off of.
Oh, that was Wacky Racers, I think, wasn't it?
No.
No.
Wacky Racers had no talking cars.
No, that was with the
car
evil
was
guy with his
super,
dog.
Like,
Yeah, Dastardly. Oh God. Damn it, Doug Dastardly. I don't know.
but there was a lot of shows that were like that, like Yogi Bear. was another one that had a few others that were
But
virtually the same thing.
Yogi.
Yeah.
My picnic basket.
I liked was it?
Basket.
I liked Snagglepuss. That was a fun
That
cartoon.
was a great one. Yeah.
I
There's
don't watch a whole lot of that.
Pink Panther. Right?
Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth.
Yeah, I can hear them, but I just there's no episodes. I think I remember.
But that's what Hanna-Barbera is. That's how they fill it up. That way
Hanna-Barbera?
it's not just
I'm
Scooby-Doo.
exiting
and...
stage right.
Oh, no.
Well, and a lot of the stuff too is that we use
Exiting
backgrounds
stage right.
in Hanna-Barbera cartoons
Mm-hmm.
to ease on production. Same with a lot of old Disney movies or reused animations just skinned over,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to remember
To see when
one
they
of the more
put
blatant
side by
ones.
side like that. I'm like, oh
Trying to-
damn.
It was like Snow White, and then like Cinderella had something, right?
There was one in Robin Hood and the Jungle Book where they were
Yeah,
dancing.
that one.
Is the same dance.
Mm-hmm. The bear dancing.
Yeah. The bear dancing in Robin Hood and then in Jungle Book, what's his face was dancing.
Baloo,
Baloo, yeah, that same dance.
Mowgli, where are you?
It's cool. I mean, hey, whatever makes production
whatever
easier
works.
and quicker.
Something that you can reuse that's relatable.
As
and
long as you don't make it obvious
recollectible.
that it's copied, go nuts.
Yeah.
But if a shit's gonna be under a microscope like that, anything's
Well,
gonna
and
be
that's
found.
the thing is at the time it never was.
Exactly.
You know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're looking for that, then yeah, you're gonna find it
Mhm.
because you're actively looking for similarities.
But if you're just sitting there enjoying the film, it's not something that you'll truly notice unless you're watching them back to back. You're just like, let's go old school Disney and just watch those two movies specifically back to back, and you recognize
that's
it.
like GTA 5 and Red Dead 2. So people are posting pictures on Reddit that Red Dead is a bunch of copied and pasted environment from GTA 5.
Yeah.
believe
I'm
it.
like, well, yeah, it all worked. Why not just use it again?
Like
I'd say-
I didn't notice, and it was just a tree too. One of the first ones I saw was just a tree, and yeah, like looking at them side by side, it's the same tree. But if I'm like driving a car by it, I
50
probably don't
miles
see
an
it.
hour.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, or even riding my horse over to that same tree, like I'm focusing on the road, focusing on my horse. I might be getting attacked by something. Who knows?
And like, why would it? I don't know. Maybe people are just so picky. Like, I don't care as much if the environment's copied and pasted as long as it's done up in a unique way.
Mhm.
Like, if it's the same texture packs and everything like that, that's fine.
So then, this is actually a brilliant question. Let me ask you how you felt about, or how you would feel about the exact same gameplay as just reskinned. And by saying gameplay, I mean same move set. Your character model moves the same.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Unique.
and your special attacks and everything are all the same. Because
But see-
that's what happened with Incredible Hulk, Total Destruction.
Oh, and
or Ultimate
Prototype?
Destruction and Prototype.
Yep.
Oh, really?
They moved the exact. So there was a cheat that you could unlock in the original. Yeah. So the Incredible Hulk game for PS2, there was a cheat you could unlock where you're Bruce Banner, so you're just a normal sized human. And if you compare that, you could even just compare the Hulk's movements to it. But to Prototype, which is a beautiful game, don't get me wrong, but the move set is the exact same. How you run, jump, glide. Like what happens when you just are running through town in like a power sprint.
Really?
Like the different move sets that you have with
Yeah.
like you could create like a shockwave that had a bunch of tendrils. In the Incredible Hulk, you do that shockwave and it creates like a gravitational impact in towards you, and then it blows everything away.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
So they're just like, hey, let's just put tendrils on them.
Yeah, except
Suck
they were
everything.
both made by Radical
Radio-
Entertainment.
Radical or radioactive?
I think it was Radical because yeah, it was the same people that also did. They also made the Simpsons Hit and Run game.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
That's badass.
but obviously I couldn't fly around the city as Homer Simpson smashing stuff. Although that would be really fun and cool.
That'd
but-
be hilarious. You know, Spider-Man Noir from the Into the Multiverse movie.
Yeah.
There's a skin
Nick Cage
for
Spider-Man?
the Hulk that's kind of like that. Yeah, Nick Cage Spider-Man, where he's like dressed in like a blue pinstripe suit with the hat, and he's gray. And he's just this really big dude, and so you just sit there, run around destroying shit, and just be talking like an old school New Yorker.
Huh.
So it's like the
Plays
Miles
Abomination.
the
That's dope.
Into the Spider-Verse suit that you can get in the new Miles Morales Spider-Man game. It actually runs at like the 24 frames per second or something. It's really cool. It looks pretty sweet.
It looks nuts. So honestly, I thought that that's how the whole game was, because I've only seen gameplay, with that suit.
Oh, really?
Where it's just
It's like really buttery smooth.
it is, but it freaks me out just enough in terms of of gameplay, and the rest of the world isn't like that. He just responds that way.
Oh, just as him as a character. That'd be funny if the whole world.
Dude, if they made it to the point where you put that suit on and the whole world is like that, that'd be a different story altogether. Because that would be a different gaming experience.
Yeah.
That would be totally different.
You're literally dropping your frames in this game.
Well, just like that comic booky texture style that they had going throughout the whole movie. I don't know, man. I would just...
Apparently it's like really short though. Like it's about 4 hours, I'd say 4 or 5 hours for the whole game.
That's
really
not long.
Yeah.
I mean, the vast majority of the appeal of Spider-Man is just being able to do whatever you want as Spider-Man, because they've always captured that really well.
Yeah, it really makes you feel like Spider-Man. Really.
And so just give me an open world Spider-Man game. Let me pick the kind of Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think a lot of people though saw it as like they were making it as DLC, because that's kind of what it feels like.
To the fourth one?
To the PS4 Spider-Man game. Because it doesn't really like control different. Like a lot of the UI is similar. It controls the same. It doesn't look drastically different. Like I've seen a lot of gameplay from it. Like running on a PS5, it does look really nice and smooth and pretty. I'm sure if I had a 4K TV and a PS5, I would notice right away. But other than that, it's like it's super short. Even with all the side quests and stuff that you can do, once you finish it all, I think it's under 10 hours for the whole thing.
Dang. Yeah, that's not a whole lot.
No.
And
well, to be fair, the other Spider-Mans weren't that long either. Like, it maybe felt like it was long because we weren't tremendously skilled and we weren't just sitting there, like, going ham on the storyline and campaign, trying to figure out roughly how long of a campaign you have.
Ham bone.
I know, I fucked around for hours in between each mission because you'd find something new or, you know, something would happen that you'd learn.
Yeah, right now, the PS5 copies of Miles Morales are being thrown up all over eBay. They're about $30 a piece. Sometimes $20. They're really cheap.
I think something went off in our Discord.
I was gonna say that would have to be the
something did.
Something Discord this
Who
way.
Who calls upon?
Phone is dead.
Once again, phone is dead.
It makes me
It's
realize,
been a while.
It makes me realize how often I actually like check my phone for information.
Should be good. Should be das a goodie.
So do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Oh man, I prefer to not really think of them as New Year's resolutions because I've already started them. In a way. And that's just like maintenance on life. If that makes sense. Like movement primarily, working out, or at least getting up and moving around. Keeping shit fucking tidy, not just like cleaned up, but like tidy, like my mom does.
Mine's getting a haircut.
I say you're going in super deep, and then Don's over here is like, I think I'm gonna get a new do. Or maybe like a perm.
Last time you
have you ever rocked a perm?
No.
No.
No, my hair my hair kind of does that on its own. It just kind of poofs up and just.
Well, that's what I was asking if you've ever like tried to just go full perm. I think I tried it once.
Go full mullet, dude.
I'd go full mullet with you. Come on, man. In the
I'm just gonna go shave my head.
You just have to leave it growing for just a little bit longer. Actually, you'd have to wait a lot longer. You'd have to wait like another 6 months and then trim up your top.
Like, depending on how hot it gets, I think I might do it for work for this summer. Just go full blown.
Full mullet.
Mullet
and mustache. If you do, you have to get rid of the rest of the beard and stick to the mustache.
I was thinking about that too. And then I gotta go find myself some sweet aviators because I have a denim jacket. I already got that covered.
And of course, you got the jeans.
Yeah, I'll be rocking the jeans. You put the denim jacket, tool belt.
Do you have a PBR? Do you have a PBR or just like a white tank top? Or
I have
something?
a white shirt, work shirt.
Dude, you're going full send on the 90s there.
Just gonna fucking send
Show up
it,
in
bud.
a 90s Ranger.
Yeah, pull out your big boom box, play Beastie Boys.
Whoa.
I don't know about that far. That's super.
That'd be hilarious.
Pull out your Crystal Pepsi.
Did you guys ever try that when they brought it back?
Yeah.
I did. It was really
weird.
weird because it tasted exactly like regular Pepsi.
Mhm. Why are you clear?
How much food coloring is in there? Is that what Pepsi looks like?
Without
Before the food coloring?
probably.
Is that how it comes out?
Probably. That's good though.
They should
That's
just leave it
Pepsi.
like that because that's
Well,
sweet as
there's
hell.
probably something in there that would make it a true definition of cola other than just the color.
Is
It's
it though?
Because even root beer is not a cola.
Yeah, so then
I think it's the
Dr. Pepper's not considered a cola either.
I think it's the carameling or whatever they do with
no,
it.
Dr. Pepper's a cola.
There's no way Dr. Pepper's a cola. Dr. Pepper's its own thing. That's why.
Dr. Pepper is its own thing. It is the doctor.
It's its own thing. It's why
With
it's
20
doctor.
23 flavors.
He's a type of soda that I could sit down and have a beer with. One of those fancy doctor sodas.
Try Mr. Pibb Extra. It's the brand to the new and approved kids. While still staying refreshingly familiar.
I'm so
Sounds
happy
off the
that
hook.
Del Taco still has Mr. Pibb on tap.
Seriously,
Pibb's so good.
dude. It's so good.
Mr. Pibb is Dr. Pepper's alias name when he goes home. When he's off the clock, he's Mr. Pibb.
Comes home and his wife, "Hey, Pibby, how are you?"
Hey, Pibby, how was work?
It's
It's hard being a doctor.
Bullshit. It's hard being a doctor.
Yeah, it's the only one that like competes at all with Dr. Pepper.
Mhm.
In my eyes, where it's not, it's kind of like Dr. Pepper, but like it's its own thing.
And like
Yeah.
you always have the off-brand ones too, like Albertsons.
Dr.
ones,
Thunder?
Yeah, that one is nowhere near.
Oh god, Dr. Thunder and Mountain Lightning.
Oh, Mountain Lightning is a travesty. when it
Jesus.
came to
Mountain
trying
Lion
to-
is a
to
mockery of
repre-
what Dr. or
what
Mountain Dew
Mountain Dew
is.
is able to accomplish.
I've tried so many different knockoff Mountain Dews and like
There's not a single one that makes you feel like you're actually burning your insides with acid, but it's so damn good.
I
you can't
feel like
stop.
RC Cola is overrated in what it is.
I think you should go home.
I'm just going to put that out there right now.
I've only heard people shit on RC Cola.
So RC Cola is actually really good. People just shit on it for a meme. I swear to God.
No, I've had RC Cola.
I know,
'cause-
me too. I've
my
never met
grandma-
a single person that actually does not like RC Cola.
So this is where, in comparison of like off-brand colas, I guess, sometimes the Shasta hits a little bit better than the RC Cola.
I'll give it to you on the Shasta's ginger ale, the orange soda, and the root beer.
Smart for saying orange.
And honestly, back when I still liked it, they had the best grape soda too. Don't
Oh, I
like it
love
anymore.
grape soda.
Yeah.
Grapes up for debate. I still think Fanta's got the grape.
See, I'll give Fanta orange.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
now,
Fanta's
yeah.
got the orange. On
Sunkissed is a little weird.
Sunkissed needs to get out of here. It
So
needs to
so
leave
Sunkissed
the
to
business.
me is like if you
Sunkist is good.
Sunkissed is good, but to me it's like if you just made like a more diluted, just a little less tangy version of Sunny D, and you gave it carbonation.
Okay, well then here's this. Out of the 3 orange sodas, Orange Crush, Fanta,
Crush 100%.
and then Sunkissed. Where
Crush is the
course.
competition.
Crush on top.
Yeah.
Crush is the
Crush,
competition.
Fanta, and then
See, I would put Crush and Fanta at like a tied on first.
really
For me, anyway.
Fanta's good, but Crush that's like I'm having a party and I want good orange soda. You get Crush.
Oh yeah. We used
Yeah.
to we
You
used to
don't
get
bring-
the
you
That's
don't
the
bring-
fancy orange soda, if you will.
Yeah.
yeah, we used to get the 6-pack of like Crush in the bottles, glass
Ooh.
bottles.
Oh yeah.
Now that was something else.
There's
Soda
just
in
something
glass
about
bottles.
so my buddy turned me on to like the Henry Weinhardts or whatever like early on. So
Those sodas are
Oh,
bomb.
fuck
dude,
yeah.
like with the OG like cane soda or cane sugar and,
And the-
everything.
Cane
And
Cola.
like Jones soda too is pretty good.
Super good.
I still have my Nuka-Cola Quantum Jones soda
Oh.
from like 5 years ago.
Hell yeah.
Unopened?
Yep,
Better be.
Yeah.
unopened.
That thing's going to be worth something someday.
It's been real hard. There's been some nights where I'm like real thirsty. And I'm like,
It's been like 5
I'm
years
glad-
later.
I'm glad that is the reason why you have like that, or that's the struggle as opposed to like the just being online late at night on like eBay, like waiting for somebody to like bid on another version of the product that of
you
just high
should be
enough
having a
amounts.
hard time trying not to sell it, but you're having a hard time not drinking
Exactly. And that's exactly
I just want to know what it tastes like.
For real.
I need to know.
Why, I mean,
You
why
should've
was
bought
it,
two
was
at
it
the
in such a,
time.
I was going to say, is it in a limited supply?
It was very limited. The only reason I got it is
damn.
because my ex worked at Target,
Oh.
and it was a Target only promotional thing.
Ooh.
So she was there like right as they came out, and was barely able to get one.
Ooh.
And she was there when it fucking released. So that was
She was
the
at the front lines.
that's the only reason that I got that.
Damn.
So that's also kind of why I don't want to give it up, because it was so hard to get.
Have you seen any on eBay at all?
No, not really. I think there was one that came out for 76. It's like in a plastic bottle though.
Oh.
Oh.
It doesn't hold as long if it's in a plastic bottle.
That's,
I'm gonna have that fucker for 50 years. You watch. I'm
And because
totally
it's
not gonna
still
drink
sealed, it could probably still be good after 50 years.
yeah, we don't
Maybe?
really know.
it. Dude, it could be like actual Nuka-Cola Quantum.
It's all radiated.
All radiated and everything.
It's
Get a
actually
third
shining
eye.
blue.
It can make me see in the dark and like give me health buffs or something.
It's gonna help my AP,
Your
man.
liver rots out, but it's okay. You don't need your liver anymore.
The Nukem Quantum formed a new liver.
Yeah, I've mutated to not require a liver or insulin in my body.
That for that Nukem Quantum being so old, that is infused into your bloodstream.
I was going to say, to be fair, though, that would be actually pretty beneficial.
It'd be
Because
huge.
then you could just...
Wait, hold on. Correct me. Is it the pancreas? Which one has the insulin?
Pancreas
Is
is
it the
insulin.
liver?
Can we ask ourselves,
No.
what do the pancreas really do?
I'm pretty sure pancreas is insulin.
Does it
Is the pa-
provide
because-
insulin? Or wait, no, yeah, pancreas is insulin.
Is the insulin?
I don't
Okay.
Ties to the
I don't think
pancreas.
I had to
that's
stop myself. I'm like, I think I'm totally wrong on that, but
I think it is the
what- See,
pancreas.
now, I know it has something to do with it. I just don't think it's created in the pancreas, is what I'm trying... is why I keep stopping myself.
I think it's produced in the pancreas and moved to the liver.
We have the infinite amount of... Health
I'll just look it up later and
information
post.
about
And
I was gonna say, just make us look dumb if
I was
we're
gonna
all
say
wrong.
just have like a fade in of the image just getting bigger and bigger over the fucking
As our audio gets lower
yeah
and lower.
as we're just droning on about what we think it is, but it's not actually. It's just like
The pancreas sisters. The canker sisters.
the canker.
it's
I fucking hate canker
Oh.
sores.
for real. But I hated those canker sisters a lot too. Those sons of bitches were mean.
I don't know. In the back of my mind, I'm like, why don't you guys just let them ravage you for a little bit?
Because they're like 8,
They're not
maybe
8.
9.
I think they're like between 10 and
13.
12, right?
I'd say they're in their 13s, 14s, maybe. Enough to be by themselves because there's no,
No, because
fucking parent.
Seventh and eighth
at the end of the show they start going to middle school, I think, right? Or is it high school?
Thought that's what it was. Because I didn't really remember seeing any like variation of like
You
lockers or anything
No.
like that until later on in
Das
the show.
dorks.
I think they might have been in high school.
You
coming
I
out of
mean-
middle school.
If that's the case, then yeah, well, think about it.
'Cause they have to understand
They were
business
incredibly
and shit
grossed
like
out
that.
by footsie. I don't. And they, whenever they tried to kiss him, they'd run away. So that has got to play into some level of effect of like the emotional maturity of like the age.
Okay,
of
so
what
yeah,
this
maybe
child is.
then 10, say 11 through 13. I'd say where it might be, like
That's
coming
where
into
I'm
middle
still-
school.
That's where, see, 11 through 13 is middle school. Like you.
Oh, that is true.
Like I started high school when I was 13. I just turned 14 when I started high school. So I graduated technically before I turned 18. If that's true. I don't think the math is
I
actually
think I
right.
was either 15 or 16 coming into freshman year. Because when I was freshman, I got my
Whoa.
driver's
Whoa,
license.
really?
No, you're younger than me. I was 14 in freshman year.
Where was I? Yeah,
Yeah,
Were you-
because
so then were
what?
you 18?
because I
when you
remember getting my
graduated?
license freshman.
they let you do it at 14, right?
Yeah, in the state that we live in because of agriculture and farming equipment.
Ah, that's okay.
I think you can get it at 15. I think you're right.
Yeah, because
You can start training for it at 14 and a half and you can get it at 15.
I think you can get your permit at 14 and then your actual shit at 15.
Yeah, like
Whoops.
oh, they probably amended it now to 14, but it was when I was getting it, it was 14 and a half in like 2010.
I don't know. It was 2009 going into freshman year.
yeah,
Is
cause,
it?
well, the year starts off 2008, and then 2009 in
Is the back half.
December, and that's when I turned 14 at the beginning of the year.
Were we really 13 going into high school?
I was going to say
Yeah.
I must have been
Holy
because I know
crap.
for a fact I graduated high school at 17. It was just 2 months before my birthday.
I guess I didn't feel like we were that
So
young.
then I must have just
Doesn't
turned
feel like
13.
that now.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Like 13
But
seems pretty
looking
young.
back, it's
for
just like I
that.
remember the first day I walked into high school. I'm like, this is a whole nother dragon. Like my little
Yeah,
my
well,
little
you're
boy
looking
parts aren't
at
ready for
you're looking
this.
at a little 13-year-old looking at a fucking 18-year-old that's walking around. You're just like, whoa.
You're like,
He
you
is
gotta
so
go
cool
up against
right
the
now.
Ooh, nice cold lockers helps calm me down. I'm just telling you, man. At some point,
Remember, there's nothing
we became
more.
men in those halls, and we'll never remember it.
Remember, there's nothing more important in the world than what's happening right now in these halls at these lockers.
Yeah, seriously.
High school, it's so rough. It's that American Dad thing. There's nothing more important in life than what's going on in these halls.
Remember, Steve, family members come and go, but kids you're in school with are forever.
I love that.
I love that show so
I'm gonna
much.
hit him with a rock. Where's a rock? He just throws a rock at fucking Snot.
Where's my hacksaw?
He's just
I'm
gonna
kill
walk
Jeff
home
with
like
my
that.
Hacksaw.
Oh,
No,
good
dear.
shit.
I'm a fan.
Huh?
It's just going off the rails with those quotes. It's just anything I could immediately think of. No, dear. Klaus giggles and pans over to him. He's got a bunch of merch that says that. I'm a fan.
That's like Don dropped the too spicy for the pepper the other day,
Really?
and was it you?
The what?
Things
Or
are
was
getting
it-
too spicy for the pepper.
Or was it? I think someone said it. And I'm like, I wanted to push out my cart full of merchandise.
Looks
Too
like
spicy.
things are
for
getting
pepper.
too spicy for the pepper. I
That was probably
have
him, yeah.
arrived.
I want to leave something back that I can be proud of.
Or I am immortal. That's
What
it
about
is.
your kids? Like there's sunbathing next to the pool. Like she needs to leave back a legacy.
Ah.
What about
This
your
summer
kids?
heat, man? It's got a girl thinking. What's it all about? To drink champagne and get our toes done. Tink.
I love Klaus. He's a underrated character in the show.
Dog. So if you ever go back and rewatch the beginning part, he's a rough character.
Yeah, at the beginning
Oh,
he was not
Francine,
very.
I see your schmutz glitzen.
Yeah, he wasn't very ironed out at the beginning. He was definitely a toss
Stick
away
your pinky
character.
in mine bowl. Yeah, he really was. He could have been a complete toss away. And they were like, nope,
They cleaned
he's
him up.
brilliant.
Now he's just the Meg of American Dad,
Mhm.
but smarter and more likable than Meg. But he also gets the one-liners at the end of a lot of shows sometimes.
Okay, big finish.
Last
maybe I
joke of the
should-
show.
Maybe I should. Oh, what's the actor?
I
He's
don't.
talking about.
I'm bad with
I can't
actor
remember his
names.
name. All I know is that I'm pretty sure there's a guy on the writing team named Klaus Heisler, and I think that that's why that character's name's in there, is because it's like a giant stab at him.
Oh, and by the way, I bedazzled my junk. Oh, then we have a happy coincidence here.
I haven't seen that episode.
That episode, it's
where they have a relationship.
no,
Or they start
it's
get fooling
Klaus.
around.
Klaus gets a letter in the mail about people wanting to come to a lawyer's office to collect.
Oh,
his
to collect the money?
inheritance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
yeah.
then so he wants Roger to go dress up as him to go collect the inheritance money.
He's got the club foot.
Yeah,
He
he's,
holds the cigarette between his pinky and ring finger, like.
and he's got those
backwards.
really long square glasses, platinum blonde hair with a piercing somewhere right in his forehead. Just to find out they
He's
wanted to
just
assassinate.
dragging his foot.
I am Klaus. And they just wanted to assassinate.
I'm Klaus, I tell
Klaus.
you.
German word.
Random German word. Schlimmwürdelkenneberg.
Goodbye, bye, my leisure.
Goodbye, bye, bye, my leisure.
Just dances out. Oh. And he gets beats to a pulp.
I'm Klaus, I tell you.
German word. Beat.
Beat. Beat. Beat. Beat. Beat. Beat.
Beat my meat.
No, but I think that's about as good a spot as any to wrap her up and take her on home. Let us know down in the comments what some of your New Year's resolutions are. Are they
Is it new you, new year?
New Year, New You?
New
It
lit.
better not be, because the same shit's gonna be happening in the beginning of it. So if you didn't accomplish it now,
Wow, way to make it depressing.
Gonna go.
I'm being realistic. That's what our listeners want.
Go down to Albertsons and get that live, laugh, love going.
Live, laugh, love. If you don't have one of those hanging in your kitchen, probably good for you.
I got like 5 right over there.
I want to get the
Just kidding, I don't got shit.
feeling blessed.
I want that to be my ring, my doorbell. When someone rings it.
Feeling blessed?
Yeah, but it's just.
Then the metalcore.
Yeah. Or could you imagine? Yeah, your doorbell's just black.
Just Sam from Architects Blah.
Well, we'll see you all. Actually, this will drop in the new year, so
In the new year.
hopefully 2021 has been good to you. The last
Hopefully
couple
you ended
days.
2020 on a positive note. At the very end of it, you said "fuck you."
Yep.
2020.
Go fuck a hooker and.
Contract syphilis and potentially die.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
So I'll be
2020.
the good guy here and stay in school, drink a lot of water.
I don't.
You drink on New Year's Eve.
I don't think any of our listeners are in school, are they?
I don't know. They could be in college. Stay in college.
Make sure you drink almost as much water as alcohol you consume and avoid that hangover.
That night, yeah.
And get an
For
Uber.
the love of God. Yeah, drive safe.
Or
Because
non-sponsored taxi vehicle. My name has been Captain Daddy, and that's been over there.
Monkey Path.
And to my left over here's been.
Die.
Chicago.
And we bid you guys a happy New Year and a
Happy New
merry
Year's.
holiday.
Happy New Year's, eh?
Eh?
Maybe we might do a little mini episode of us all just belligerently drunk for 15 minutes on.
Whoa, that's putting out a lot of words. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye bye.